like at the end of the day or on the weekends.
Yeah.
Like I just want to just like watch some Downton Abbey and not work.
Downton Abbey, of all
specifically
things.
Downton Abbey.
I'm
yes.
surprised. Wow.
Oh really? Oh no, I love Downton Abbey.
Okay.
Oh, it's probably the gayest thing about me.
I love it.
Hi, I'm Jackson Bird, and today I'm joined by Ahsante the artist.
Hey.
Ahsante, would you like to tell us a little bit more about your channel?
Yeah, so my channel helps you move consciously and creatively through life. So I make videos about social awareness, life motivation, and personal growth, personal development.
I love it. I love how you describe it too. It's so good.
Yeah.
Everyone, make sure you go follow Ahsante. We just filmed one on her channel that we wish we had so much more time to film because it's such a good discussion. But you should go see what we did get to talk about on her channel and make sure to subscribe while you're there. So today we're doing another installment of Ask a Trans Guy, which is my series where I kind of like lift the taboo for a moment and let someone come on in this safe space that we've established with mutual respect to talk about some of the things that usually you should not necessarily ask your trans friends.
Right.
They're, you know, things that maybe you should Google first before asking your trans friends something invasive. And hey, maybe you'll come upon this video when you Google.
Yeah.
All right, so how this is going to work is Ahsante has 3 questions for me, and then I'm going to ask her one just for fun.
Cool. So my first question is, when you're speaking about someone pre-transition, especially someone like yourself who's like made media when they were presenting like as another gender, and especially if they've made like, you know, like I know someone who's made like a documentary, and in that documentary was like a family thing, so they had their different family dynamics, and that's very much changed since, you know, the world of the film. So how would you recommend talking about someone, especially like talking about someone playing themselves kind of as a character within their older work pre-transition?
Yeah, well, so it is definitely a bit more complicated for anyone who's had like is a public figure and has a lot of their media out there. The golden rule in general is that if you're speaking about a trans person in the past, you should still use their current name and pronouns, even though sometimes that can get a little bit awkward. Like you might be like, oh yeah, when Jackson was in Girl Scouts with me.
Right.
But like, you know, that's a true part of my life. And that actually might be a bad example because one of the reasons, apart from just like respecting and honoring the like identity of the trans person you're talking about or to, it's also sometimes a safety thing. So like if you are, you know, in a mixed group of people and maybe some of them don't know that the person you're talking about is trans, and then you like use their old name or pronouns, it could be confusing, it could out them. And of course, if you out someone and you're not sure if someone in the group's maybe not okay with that.
Not tolerant, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, with public figures, I think, you know, most of us who have stuff out there from before we transitioned or changed our names, we just kind of have to come to terms with the fact that, like, our birth names are always going to be Googleable or public knowledge. But, you know, the more I go on, the more it actually bothers me. I used to be, like, totally fine with it. But now, like, sometimes if I see my name pop up in an old video, I'm just like, like, I don't know. So it definitely varies person to person.
Yeah.
And I think just assume that you should use their current name and pronouns, but in tricky situations like that, if you're able to ask them, something you could do.
Yeah.
Especially because they're aware that it's complicated.
Right. Yeah. My next question is about dating.
Oh.
So when you are dating someone, and of course this will also, I'm sure, be individual, person to person.
Yeah.
But when would you come out to that person as trans? Like, how far in the relationship is it something for you where you just kind of like want to establish that to make sure that they're like okay with this? Or is it like, I want to have a relationship and kind of get to know each other and then kind of drop this thing into it? And then, so how would you introduce it? And then like, what would your ideal reaction be?
The ideal reaction is easier because that's just like, no big deal. Or like maybe even, oh, I've dated a trans person before. That would be great. I would love if the other person was like, I've dated, or maybe they were even like, I'm trans. That would be awesome. Like, surprise. That would be great. My ideal situation would be like the most familiarity with trans people as possible, I think. So I think I have always been in the situation where I'm pretty sure they already knew. And I think that's my preference. Because just in general, in dating, I prefer to date people I kind of already know. Maybe we have mutual friends or like we were friends first. Yeah. That's just how I am personally with dating. And so in that case, they would know. It gets complicated though. Like if I am going on a date with someone that, you know, maybe I met through, I don't know, some networking event or through an app or something. Yeah. I sometimes don't know. And with me, it's like, if they looked at any of my social media, they Googled my name, then they know.
Yeah.
And so I kind of just have to make the assumption that they do know, but then it can get awkward because I'm like, well, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
It's one of those like awkward things as a public figure, which I guess we kind of are. I don't use dating apps much at all.
Really?
And it's just
all
not
of my
me.
friends are all over dating apps. That's like the only way any of my friends date nowadays.
I mean, this is probably why I don't date that much, because I'm like an old man with them. I just, I want to know the person, and I feel awkward putting it in like my profile on a dating app, but at the same time, I just want them to know right away and not have to talk about it. I don't know. I'm kind of two minds about it.
Yeah. Yeah, with me, I'm like, I feel like I would want to introduce it myself.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that about, like, not necessarily wanting to put it in your profile, because, like, with me being asexual, I don't want to, like, turn everybody off.
Right, they're not going to understand the spectrum of it. So they're just be like, she's here to make friends.
She will never have sex? All right. Then, like, never mind. It's like, no, that's not what being asexual means, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Is like, I don't want, like, chasers, which is, like, people who, like, fetishize trans people. I don't want to be attracting them.
Yeah.
But I would want it to come up very early on.
Right.
And, so like, if they click through to my Instagram, they're going to find out.
Right,
so.
they'll find out anyway. Yeah. So I was with a friend, and someone came up to her and was like, oh my gosh, Sarah, if her name was Sarah, and she's like, oh, and then like, oh, we went to, like, elementary school together. Oh. Like, I looked a little different back then, and she was like, oh, like, it was like, kind of the person recognizing you and not recognizing them back, but like in the worst way because they had transitioned.
So then. It wasn't your friend, it was the person recognizing your friend. That person had transitioned?
Yeah, that person had transitioned, and so my friend like didn't recognize them.
Yeah.
But they recognized her like immediately.
Yeah.
So when you're running into people from your past, like you just went to your high school reunion.
Yeah.
And you're like ideal scenario, like how should that go, and like how should I react to like seeing someone from my past who, like, I knew, but I now, like, looks like this totally different person. Right?
No, that's a great question. I just, like, if I were that trans person, I would not have initiated.
Okay.
I mean, but that's me. That's, obviously there are trans people out who would do that, but even at my high school reunion, like, I was there to see people, and I did not initiate conversation with anyone. I let people come to me.
Okay.
And the only people who came to me were the ones who, like, had seen my videos, knew my name, came up and addressed me by my name. So okay. I'm just a wasp. Like, I'm so non-confrontational. If I did have the initiative to do something like that, which I had considered doing, like, there's been cases where, like, there's been someone from my past, maybe at a conference or something, I'm like, oh, I should go say hi to them, but gosh, how would I do it?
Yeah.
And I've chickened out.
Okay.
And if I were to do it, I think what I would like is, again, just like ideally they would be familiar with trans issues.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I do this work, because I just think the world would be a lot easier if everyone were more familiar with things, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be awkward no matter what, and I think if the trans person themselves is deciding to go into that confrontational space, then hopefully they're prepared for that.
Yeah. For
there to be some awkwardness, because, like you said, if you didn't recognize them,
yeah.
Like, it's not just like, oh, I kind of recognize them, and oh my god, they transitioned, and oh, scandalous. It's like, you literally didn't recognize them.
Yeah.
I think the best thing is to think of it as any other change that could have happened in their life, like some other physical appearance change, or like maybe, like their partner died, or some, some big traumatic thing that might have happened. Address it very briefly, because obviously it's there, and it's a thing, and then just like move on, be like, oh my gosh, wow, so what name do you use now? Nice to meet you again. Yeah. So anyways, oh my gosh, what are you doing here?
But don't
Wasn't high school funny? Yeah, just kind of move on.
Yeah.
Like, address it lightheartedly and then move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, those were really good questions.
Cool.
I really like those. Okay, so my question for you, this is like a selfish one that you've totally talked about before. You are such a creative person. You also have a day job.
I do.
When I have had like a full-time day job before, I really struggle to be creative and find that energy, and like at the end of the day or on the weekends, like I just want to just like watch some Downton Abbey and not work.
Downton Abbey of all
specifically
things.
Downton Abbey.
I'm surprised. Wow.
Oh really? Oh no, I love Downton Abbey.
Okay.
It's probably the gayest thing about me.
I love it.
But so yeah, how do you find both, like, I don't know, like the physical, mental, and creative energy to still be creative?
It's hard. Yeah, I think that's been like a big challenge of this year, is kind of self-observation and figuring out, all right, when are my energy levels high? Like, when am I focused? When am I in the zone? And like, how can I maximize my time around my day job? I'm a natural night owl.
Oh, that's helpful.
Naturally, I will stay up until 3 in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I have to, like, cut myself off.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, I would love to stay up until 3 and then, like, wake up at, like, 10 and just, like,
I'm, like, go to bed to 10 and wake up at 10 and take a nap later kind of person.
Yeah.
I need lots of sleep.
Yeah. I think recently I've discovered that also my day job has gotten a bit more involved. I wouldn't say grueling, but, like, just it's taxing in a different way than, like, an entry-level position was when I was just starting out.
Sure, yeah.
But now I give a lot at work. So I've given so much at work during the day that I am spent at night. So even though my brain is kind of still going because I am a night owl, my creative energy isn't necessarily there for, like, writing out videos and planning videos. So I kind of had to figure out what tasks I can do. So I'm really good at brainstorming at night.
Okay.
So, like, ideas come to me that way, but I'm not really good at writing them out at night. I can also edit, because editing is one of those things that, like, I just get in the zone and I can go, and it's, like, mechanical in a certain way. But then for, like, my writing and my planning and sort of more detailed creativity, I do that before work in the morning.
Okay.
And then the shoot days, because I need, like, an hour or so, and I also do, like, animations, and I go outside.
Yours
and,
are, like, a lot of production.
It's a lot of
impressive
production.
for how little time you have to do it.
Yeah, thank you. But I do that over the weekends because I need those, like, long, uninterrupted chunks of time. So now I have, like, Saturday as my day to, like, go see a friend, go run errands, clean my apartment, make sure that I'm not a mess, do laundry, those necessary things. And then Sunday I'll take and just, like, film and, like, make sure that I have all the footage that I need.
I mean, I always hear this, but, like, creativity isn't like a talent. It's like a habit.
It's a habit. It's
something
practice.
You have to be organized. You have to dedicate to it.
Yeah. It's like inspiration strikes me, you know, in the morning and, like, in the evening when I get home from work. Like, that I gotta fit it in to where, you know, I can schedule it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took some, like, actionable steps out of that. So thank you. I just remembered what my other question was.
Oh, no, what was it?
Maybe I'll throw it. Well, yeah, we're running out of time. I'm just going to say really quick. I did to you the same thing people always do to me, which is that I thought your real last name of Bean was a username.
Yeah.
My real last name is Bird, and everyone's like, oh, it's a fake name, right? No, it's my real last name. So just very quickly, because we're running out of time, but what has it been like having the last name Bean as a noun? I wrote a whole zine about people with nouns for last names before I met you.
Well, Mr. Bean is my father. So that's been fun. Yeah, I love saying that line. I love, like, my teachers called me Miss Bean a lot of the times, like, in middle school and stuff.
Yeah.
Kinda, okay, Miss Bean. You know, it's just, like, a fun last name. I went to school in Boston, which is Beantown.
Oh, right.
So I have a lot of stuff with, like, Bean on it.
You, like, ruled the town.
Yeah, it was, like, my town. I've been called Lima Bean at different points. So it's just, like, a little cute little, you know, moniker thing.
I was always Little Bird, because I have a big brother.
There you go. Yeah. Baby Bird.
Yeah, Baby Bird.
Yeah.
Baby Bird and Little Bird. Those are my nicknames.
Very cute. It's been a cute experience.
I love it. Well, okay, thank you so much for joining me for this. Everyone, please do check out the video that we made on Ahsante's channel, and go check out all of her other videos as well.
All about intersectionality and identity.
Yeah, absolutely. Get to know more about Ahsante, because I feel like both the videos we made just talked more about me. And now, so maybe don't even, like, just go watch all of Ahsante's other videos. But thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more from me outside of YouTube, you can follow me at Jack is Not a Bird on Twitter or Instagram. Where can people find you outside of YouTube? I am at Ahsante B everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, all over the place. So I guess that is about it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.